So when we best clean that back to, and there's just always just a few ingredients you can see, and we'll make us so these old fashioned recipes like this to kind of help my mess here, get my juices washed away, taste them. There's just a few ingredients. Use the ingredients that you already have in this on the sheet. And we'll make those fashioned recipes like this to kind of get miss sometimes. Clean up my mess here, get my dishes washed and put away. And let's get into our Sunday dinner. Delicious chicken with butter, lemon sauce. The chicken is tender and the sauce is, oh, so delicious. So while Danny's working on the kitchen, let's get supper started. I'm starting out with about 1.5 pounds of chicken breast. And I'm going to be using, you can use any kind of seasoning that you want. I started using this Bandia Complete. You can use this on any meats. It's just got everything in it and it's delicious. And I'm just going to sprinkle one side of it. Now, I had these chicken tenderloin breasts is what I had. But if you've got the big chicken breast, just kind of, if they're pretty big, cut them in half. I'm going to put some of this in my flour too. In fact, I'm using self-rising flour. Now, we're not really going to be frying this chicken, but we are going to be browning it good. I'm going to put a little bit of oregano in here along with my other seasonings. And like I said, you season your flour and your chicken the way you want because it'll be good either way. I'm going to put a little bit of salt. But if you use the bigger chicken breast, just cut them in half. Maybe use a meat mallet and kind of thin them out a little bit. You just don't want them real thick. But this recipe really works better with 2 pounds of chicken, but I've just got about 1.5 here, and that's just what I had in the freezer. But either way, it's going to turn out good. So I'm just going to mix my flour up. Salt, pepper, a little bit of the complete seasoning, and a little bit more oregano. I'm going to cover the bottom of my pan here with some good olive oil. And I'm also going to put a couple of tablespoons of salted butter. You can use unsalted, either one. Now I'm just going to take my chicken breasts and I'm just going to dredge them in the flour. You don't have to put it on there too heavy because you're not really wanting a big crust on this chicken. Because we'll finish it off with the butter lemon sauce. And I'm just going to place them inside my saute pan. And I'm going to get each side just really brown. You pretty much, want to cook them done. But just don't get them overly done and just cook them to death. They're going to simmer a little bit for about 20 minutes in that sauce. And it's just going to make them so juicy and tenderize them. They're just going to be so good. We don't eat a lot of chicken breasts, but I had these chicken tenderloins is what they're called. In the freezer, so I got them out. Now you can use boneless chicken thighs. So Mr. Brown is working on my kitchen, so things are kind of chaotic in here, but we're going to get some supper cooked. So I'm just going to let these brown good on each side. Okay, our chicken has browned really well, and we're just going to take them out, set them to the side for a minute, and I'm going to make my butter lemon sauce right here in the same pan. This pan has got all them good bits in there, and it's got some of the leftover olive oil and just a little tad of butter left that the chicken didn't soak up. I'm going to add about 2 good tablespoons of butter back into my pan. We're going to let this melt and get all them good bits off the bottom of this pan. That's where so much flavor is. This is such an easy recipe, especially for a Sunday dinner. You want something quick, and it seems like we're always either cooking a roast or chicken on Sundays, don't it? And this is a real crowd pleaser. Okay, I put 2 tablespoons of butter, so I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of my leftover flour. I got a little heavy on my flour today. And we're just going to let this flour cook for a minute or so, because you don't want that raw flour taste. All them good bits has come up, and it's kind of gotten into the sauce there. And I've got a good tablespoon of minced garlic that I'm going to go ahead and put in here and let it cook for just a couple seconds. I don't want it to burn or cook too much. So you can see how thick it's getting. We're going to add 2 cups of chicken broth. Now, if you cook with wine, something like a white wine, you can use a cup of wine and then a cup of chicken broth if you want to. So I'm just going to get this blended up good. Stir it till it's pretty smooth. I got something in there. I think that's a huge garlic. That piece of garlic didn't get minced up very good, but you know what? I'm going to put it back in there. Hopefully I'm the one that'll get that bite. Okay, we're going to add the juice of 1 lemon. And I'm going to put some lemon zest in here. Now, y'all, my lemon zest is chopped not as fine. The kitchen's kind of in a mess right now because we're redoing a few things, and I could not find my my zester. So I ended up just chopping it by hand, and which is okay because it'll all cook up. You can see that garlic floating around and a little bit of lemon zest. I'm going to put a little bit of salt. Put a little bit of pepper, about a half a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of pepper. And we're going to put about a half a teaspoon of dry thyme. If you're using fresh thyme, put about a teaspoon. So I'm putting half a teaspoon of dry thyme. And we're just going to let this simmer just a little while and kind of stir it every once in a while, and you'll see how it'll start to thicken up. It's not real pretty right now, but it's going to look delicious here in just a little bit. And you're going to be able to taste that lemon in the background there. I mean, it's just the buttery sauce with just that little bite of lemon with that chicken is absolutely delicious. And I'm going to be serving mashed potatoes with it. We're just having kind of a light supper tonight. I'm not making a 4-course meal tonight, just enough to fill our bellies. But this is a really, really good dish for Sunday dinner or Sunday supper. Okay, you can see that the sauce has thickened up, and I'm just going to throw my chicken back in here. And it smells delicious. Mr. Brown come in, he said, it smells like garlic and lemon in here. That made me feel good. And like I said, this recipe works better with 2 pounds of chicken. You can see how much sauce is there. But I just didn't have that much chicken. But you got you a good piece of light bread. You can sop up all that sauce with it. So I'm going to let this simmer. I'm going to cover it and let it simmer for about 20 minutes while I get my potatoes done. It does smell good in here, y'all. This is a dish that's good with potatoes or pasta. So 20 minutes. I'm going to make us some mashed potatoes. I just got a couple of, I'm going to have to pour my milk. I got hot milk, and I'm going to kind of pour it backwards here because I'm all backwards here at the stove. I got about 2 large potatoes. I've got a couple of tablespoons of butter, and I think I poured about half a cup of hot milk in here. Now, we like our potatoes really, really creamy. I'll be adding a little salt and a little pepper to it. And of course, your mashed potatoes, when they sit there, they kind of, they'll get a little bit thicker. So I always put just a little extra milk in mine, because I don't like them all thick and stiff. I don't want stiff potatoes. I like them creamy. So you see how quick I threw this dinner together. So there's my potatoes. And if you want to, you can put you a little bit of roasted garlic in here. I do that sometimes. But salt and pepper, milk and butter tonight. Now, last but not least, I'm going to put a little bit of fresh parsley over our chicken. Looks pretty. Okay, we're going to serve up. Make Mr. Brown a plate here. He's working so hard. I cannot tell y'all enough of how good this sauce smells and how wonderful it does taste. With that little hint of lemon in the background, it's absolutely delicious. This is really good on fish too. And like I said, you can serve it with potatoes, pasta, or even some kind of rice. But believe me, you're going to be wanting a piece of bread with that sauce. So I hope y'all liked this video. This was a delicious, easy supper. We'll see y'all in a couple of days. We love y'all. God bless everyone.